wired. They fire right onto electrical synapses, fusing themselves to receive and building a network that only gets stronger as I continue the thought pattern implied by the process. I make a decision on what to react to, what I perceive as an electrical current, and I am all that I feel. I'm a neurotransmitter's desire. These chemical messengers look for a nerve with a perfect receptor to fit in. They get in, they give it specific instructions on what to release till the chain of events reaches down to the glands, which I produce every hormone on the spread of the tissue of organs to make them dance. All I can do is breathe, that's how I put out the fire, and all I can do is think. Force my circuitry to rewire. Everything outside is already inside. There's nothing we see that we don't know. It's partially making our own in our heads, so it seems like my duty to get in my biocomputer and higher neurons with long-term relationships out of my brain to release it like chemicals. One day I'll be free from the brain that makes me me. Now that I know that I'm in control, I can cut my own puppet strings. You are all that you think. You're the way the universe are linked. I bet if you don't let it get a little better, it'll get a lot of worse.
Episode 48. Here we go, guys. Yeah, it's a good start. I like that.
Oh, I see you were revving up. At first, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, it makes sense now.
But I don't hear that very often. But yes, this is Fred. And with me, of course, we have Dan and Paul. For Bunsen Burner. I can't even speak properly today.
Bunsen Burner.
Bunsen Burster recording.
Burner. How are you boys today?
I'm all right today. A little bit tired. I was falling asleep watching a horror comedy, and it was like this family stuck in a bathroom because like their daughter was a witch and she summoned the end of the world. And then the family has to like kill each other, and it was kind of like over the top, like blood spurting violence and shit. And so it was kind of a strange thing to be. It was a strange feeling to be like falling asleep to something like that in my chair.
Do those ever work out, like those horror comedies? I feel like I just get turned off by them.
It's not really even a comedy. Like it was supposed to be a horror. This is a movie called We Have to Do Something from 2021. And I was telling you, Paul, it was the actor from a movie called Cheap Thrills. If you look up that movie, you might recognize the fucking dude with the hat. It's that bald dude who's in some comedies. You guys recognize that guy? I think he might have been in The Office too. See what I'm talking about? The dude on the left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the dude in the glasses.
Hey, Ozzy Osbourne's in this shit.
I saw that, but I don't. Ozzy was not in the movie. I think he might have played a voice of like a demon or something.
Good boy voice.
Yes, okay. I thought that was him. Yeah, you don't see the demon, but like, I guess it's this girl and her friend. They're like messing with voodoo and stuff. And what they kind of briefly mention this. They mention like that they switched a kid who fucked with them. Like they switched his tongue with a cow's tongue. And then, like I said, they're trapped in the bathroom because like a thunderstorm hit, and there's a tree blocking the door for them to get out. And they can only open the door like I don't know, like less than a foot, maybe like 6 inches or something. And the little boy opens the door and he goes, "Oh, it's a dog!" And like because they hear something, they're freaking out. And they hear the dog like licking and shit. They're like, "Oh, he's a good boy." And he goes, "Yeah, I'm a good boy." And they all start screaming. So I guess that was Ozzy. That's pretty funny. You don't see it. You just hear like the licking of the tongue. And then like it's kind of pulling on the girl and she yanks out the cow's tongue. And then they eat it. And it's funny that they mentioned Ozzy because the main dude, they were talking about like a snake that got in there. He goes, "Hey, we should eat the snake." He goes, "How do you even know how to eat a snake?" He goes, "Yeah, you just bite the head off like Ozzy Osbourne." And the wife's like, "That's a bat that he did that." And he goes, he's like, "Hey, snakes are just bats that can't fly." So it was stupid, but it's, see what I'm saying? There's the way I'm describing this. It sounds funny. It's not really like deliberately a comedy movie, but it's.
It just turns out that way.
It just turns out that way, and it's very bizarre. And spoiler alert, big fucking whoop. At the end, the snake like bites the kid, and he dies, and then it bites the guy, and he's like the husband. He's like walking around in the bathroom with his eyes like dripping blood because he's been eating like baby wipes to get high or something, get drunk or something like that. Some like alcohol wipes or some shit. And he's like, I think he's attacking the wife, and then the snake fucking bites him. And after it bites him, he fucking bites the snake's head off. So that was kind of a part of the climactic ending was the husband biting the snake's head off before he died. That was kind of cool. But it looked
Really,
I don't know, it looked like a puppet or something. They didn't even bother with like CGI. It was very strange.
I felt like watching some movies today, but didn't get around to it. Ugh, bummer. I felt like watching like some really weird old horror movies.
Like which ones?
The one I really wanted to watch was Alucarda. Have you guys seen that one?
I
No.
don't. Is that one of the fucking vampire movies?
It's. I mean, there's vampirism in it, but it's not primarily a vampire movie. Like it's a Mexican movie from the 70s, and
Ella Carta?
Alucarda, Dracula
Alu.
backwards
Oh,
Andrea Diaz.
with an A that added it. But basically, it's this orphan girl that goes to live with some nuns who like live in a cave, which is really weird. But she encounters like a gypsy who sells her a knife, and that gypsy turns out to be, if not Satan, then a messenger of Satan. And when she uses the knife, she goes to a satanic orgy with her best friend, and from there she starts terrorizing all the nuns. And like there's exorcisms, there's coffins full of blood, there's a vampire sleeping inside coffin full of blood. There's so much goddamn screaming. There's nuns catching fire. Like there's there's a goat-headed Satan at an orgy. Like there's everything you could ever want in a movie in one movie.
what year did you say that was from?
It's perfect. Sorry?
So what year did you say that was from?
I want to say 1974.
It sounds like a 70s movie.
Yeah, I want to say 74. Hang on. No, 77. 77.
I feel like it's hard for me to watch some of those old vampire movies sometimes because there are cool parts, but then a lot of the time there are parts that just kind of they're a little bit too boring for me sometimes. You know,
Like some art house shit where it's like a steel
not
thing.
even it's not even art house. It's just like the rest of the story, like the world building is sometimes hard. Like that's the stuff like I will fall asleep to.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like the Hammer movies, right? There's some good stuff in there, but there's a lot of dialogue that could probably be cut from it, but it's in there anyways. But no, this one is basically just like screaming fire. It's just constant.
All right. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of like you know that old movie, the creature from the Black Lagoon, right? I mean, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Like what the classic mask and everything looks like.
What's that? No, just kidding.
At Anthony's, Rob was playing that song "Ocean Man" by Ween. You know.
Yeah.
Ocean Man. But it was like the background of the video was all the clips of the monster from the creature from the Black Lagoon. And me and Robert were talking. We're like, can you imagine that when this came out, this like scared the shit out of people, and it just looks so goofy. And then at the end, I think they like firebomb him or something. I just thought that was funny.
The other movie I almost watched was Satanico Pandemonium, which
Is that Mexican too?
Yeah.
Or is that Italian? Oh, it is Mexican.
No, it's Mexican.
I like
too.
how it's called. It says Mexican nunsploitation horror film.
Yeah. That
They're
sums it up pretty
exploiting
well.
nuns. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's a nun that goes evil and kind of goes south from there. It's not as packed as Alucarda, but it's pretty good too. Beautiful colors in the movie though. One thing I do like
There
about
was
70s movies is the colors are really nice.
sometimes, yeah. You know that that Holy Mountain movie. You ever heard of that? That like real
Yeah, yeah,
trippy
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's got nice colors to it.
It's all symbols, my boy.
The what?
I said it's all symbols, my boy.
Symbolism. Yeah, that's right.
No,
There
but
was
the colors on Satanico Pandemonium, like the nuns are wearing white and light blue habits, and there's a lot of greenery, like bright greenery, in the area around their convent, and they're often covered in blood, so there's a lot of like really sharp contrast. It's pretty cool.
Damn, Fred had time to watch movies, huh? Did you listen to any music this week?
oh,
No, music, no.
what's music?
But that movie's title, Satanico Pandemonium, is what Salma Hayek's character in From Dusk Till Dawn was named.
Hmm.
So
Oh, I've got the same opinion about that movie as Drew does. We're like, oh, that movie was great up until they all turned into vampires. Then it was stupid. Because I imagine that's almost like the lowest common denominator kind of attitude towards that movie. Like, whoa, it's Quentin Tarantino. They're escaped convicts. Wait a minute. Now there's vampires? That's badass. It's like, well, not really. They could have made a movie of something else. I don't know why that bothers me. Sometimes vampires just bug me. I'm not sure why. What could that possibly be?
what could they have turned out to be that wouldn't have been disappointing to you?
Good guys?
Just banditos, I guess. I don't know. Like the story could have just gone somewhere else with them being human. I feel like that would have been fine. I don't know why. The twist seems very like extremely fucking grindhouse in a kind of annoying way for some reason.
They all turned out to trying to be sell them Tupperware. That's the big
Yeah,
plot
just
twist.
like in Napoleon Dynamite. Dang it.
Yeah. My lips hurt real bad.
That's correct.
And I have
There was one.
I was gonna say I
What's that,
have
Paul?
my friend lent me
We're trying to
Vampire
talk here, Paul.
Vampire Hunter D, so I just haven't
Oh,
had a
that's a
chance.
good one.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch that.
I
So
remember that.
got the
way
the
back.
DVD right here.
Visuals on that. Yeah, the visuals of that are fucking terrific.
Yeah, they're saying there's like every frame, even like backgrounds, there's like some crazy ass detail going on.
Yeah, it's similarly, we were talking about Ren and Stimpy, where something similar is going on with the animation. I like that. Compare Ren and Stimpy to Vampire Hunter D. There you go.
Oh man. Ren and Stimpy.
I hadn't
Classic.
seen I hadn't seen the second one though. That was I think that was from like 2000 or something. 8.
Well, ain't that interesting?
All right. Well, Fred, should we move on? Did you get anything in the mail? Did we move on to some crap that we got into the mail now?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. What'd you get, sucker?
I got one at a record store down and a package of shit in the mail. The one I got downtown is a Goat Blood LP, Australian band. Their third album.
Never
Supreme
heard
Triumph
of
Evil.
them.
If you like black metal, if you like black metal, you'll probably like them. Why do we just call black metal
like battle metal.
It's just, yeah, no, just battle.
Teresa's
Black.
Teresa's was called battle metal, I think.
And in the mail, I just got a package of. If anyone's in Canada, they may know CDN Records, freaking fantastic label.
Yeah, I sent them my crap. They sell it on their site.
Yeah, they stock a
They have a
lot of
Bunsen
like
burner section.
yeah, they stock a lot of like brutal slam metal that I don't really listen to, but they stock a lot of other stuff too. And last week they happened to stock a whole bunch of shit from Morbid Chapel Records, so I ordered 7 CDs, I think, So we have of the black metal portion of it, Ancient North, Altior Philosophia, which is basically sounds a lot like early Gorgoroth. Even the vocals kind of sound like Hat from the first album.
Free hat.
Yeah. Grief Spell, Enchantments of Dark Eternity, which is an American band. I guess the closest thing I'd give them to is maybe Horna. But really good album. Great logo. Love the artwork on that too. Two Forbidden Tomb albums. Flame of the Iniquitous Deity and Regnum Spiritus. It's Indonesian black metal. Super raw. Kind of a haunting sort of sound to them. It's good stuff. And then from the death metal portion of that label, we got Bone Weapon. I think they're British and kind of like fairly straightforward death kind of doomy metal.
It's kind of a cool band name.
Yeah. Rancid
Bone
Cadaver.
Weapon.
Yeah. I like how primitive it sounds. Are they actually British or am I thinking of a different band?
They're from
Bone
Pennsylvania.
Weapon. Okay, so then it's the other band I got, Rancid Cadaver, that I think are British. Yeah, they're the British ones. They're kind of an autopsy sort of deal. And then the second album from Obsidian Hooves, Illuminating Void, which is just fantastic. What a great band. If you haven't heard Obsidian Hooves, worth getting. The guy
These,
in like Cave Ritual is one of the guys in that band. He's in a million other bands, and he does artwork too. Like this guy does a lot of shit. And I don't know a lot of the other bands he's got because he has so many. But Obsidian Hooves is kind of like a demented take on Incantation, and it works so well. And I think the second album is even better than the first.
he's in a band called Eats AIDS.
In what's it called?
Eats AIDS.
Huh. I know he's in a band called I think it's 54R.
Yeah,
which
I
is
saw
like a
that one.
grindcore. I used to have one of their CDs and I don't know what happened to it.
I've heard of this fellow before. He's in a band called Maggot Crown. And I think the Terminus guys covered that a few years ago. They had Nick from Hessian Firm on the show, and they were covering Maggot Crown, I believe.
Hmm. Do you remember if they liked it or not?
I just remember the name. Yeah, they kind of compared it to Cryptopsy, and I remember it being pretty cool. Haven't gone back to it. You know, I feel like there's too much new stuff that I forget about.
Yeah, there's always too much new stuff. Like
What was that other band you said? Rancid Cadaver? Are any of these new like slimy death metal bands? Are they cool, or did you kind of just blind buy them?
honestly, for Morbid Chapel, they release a lot of stuff that I really like, so I kind of just blind buy them at this point.
Yeah.
But Rancid Cadaver is kind of an autopsy sort of deal. Pull it off really well. Bone Weapon is like a more straightforward, primitive sort of thing.
Yeah.
But of the three, Obsidian Hooves is my favorite. Which I expected because I already knew them from the first album. But
I just looked up the other versions of Rancid Cadaver. They have a CD put out by the Metalhead Box, quote unquote.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Fred, did you get your Metalhead Box this month?
I did not.
Darn it!
Still waiting for them to sponsor me.
That sounds like a box of awesome type of thing. You just get like
It's like
patches and CDs and shit.
it is. Well, Paul, if you have, do you know what that is, Paul?
No.
No, dude, go to Rancid Cadaver's Massive Gore and click on their March 2024 CD. And you'll see the label, the Metalhead Box. Look at the fucking icon thing. The what do you call that?
Logo, I guess.
The logo. Yeah, take a look at the logo. And don't laugh when you see it.
No.
What do you mean no? Are you on Rancid Cadaver?
I found metalheadbox.com.
Do you see their fucking logo? See, now I can't find metalheadbox.com.
Is it the Iron Maiden logo?
It's the Iron Maiden logo with those two characters. You don't see that?
No.
You gotta find them on Metal Archives. Watch, just search up Rancid Cadaver. Go to Massive Gore. Go to Other Versions. CD. And there it is.
You got that, Paul?
Mm-mm.
Paul, what is going on over there?
All right. No, Massive Gore.
Yeah.
March 2020.
Just walking us through every step here.
I know.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Well, that's kind of cool.
I feel like
Yeah,
we
it's
just
pretty
walked
epic, right?
we just walked a senior through how to use the internet.
I know, Jesus.
Well, I didn't realize it was on Metal Archives. I was looking on Google, and then I found their website, and it has everyone too.
Oh, hey, Metalhead Box reissued in 2024 one of the Death Witch albums. Death Witch is a fucking great band. So overlooked.
Overlook them. Are they like I remember this band. This is the one you like. Death Fuck Rituals? No. Which is the one with the with the all them symbols on it?
Oh, the crazy album cover? First one, Triumph and Devastation.
Yeah, Triumph and Devastation. Yeah, there you go. It's got some
it's got
gore,
a-
it's got
it's got
some
a
mysticism, and it's got
That
some
artwork
Nordic
is so
symbolism.
badass. So badass. What a great album. Great artwork, everything.
I forgot what this is. Black Thrash. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
it's-
I know you brought this band up before, so I'm gonna have to check them out again because I think I had, but I keep forgetting what they sound like.
Yeah, there's stuff I
Just
tell
like-
myself to check out, and I don't do it. So.
Yeah, just like Meek House, I keep checking them out, and then I remember, I'm not that into Meek House. I know a lot of people are, but I can't. I
I
kind of
remember
like
one of the bands that
better.
they really reminded me a lot of. I don't know if you guys remember Satanic Slaughter. They were on Necropolis as well.
Yes, I do remember that band.
Yeah, so it sounds kind of like that.
That name sort of reminds me of a random cassette I have by a band called, I think they were called no, not Atomic Aggressor. Aggressive Slaughter or something, maybe?
I don't know. You want to tell me?
No, I don't fucking know. I'll have to look at my fucking cassettes. It's one of the ones that you get from a random fucking label. You have no idea where you got it from.
Yep. No, I know that.
I could have swore it was
Anyways.
Aggressive Slaughter.
That was my collection update for the week. How about you guys?
Here, I'll give you mine, short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Nothing.
Basically, so I got some on the way from Russia, and then the other one's on the way from France. So it's taking a while. But then
the
I
way
just
doesn't count.
got the pie right now. So that was my collection.
Pizza collection.
Yeah, the pizza pie.
That pizza
Fly, pizza pie.
pie. Pizza Hut, Pizza Hut. Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut.
The combination KFC and Taco Bell.
McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut.
I'm ready to listen to
got a bunch
some
of-
pizza thrash.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
got a
Lordy.
bunch of classics, dude. Like somewhat classics. This is one that Fred gave to us, and we were talking about Eamon. I got the fucking Asgard CD, so there you go. Let's see, got Asgard, got Right to Thy Degringollade, and the Cranium Speed Metal Sentence. That one was expensive.
Which rights did you get again?
I got the Philosophical Blade.
Oh, I haven't heard that one. How was it?
I don't know. I haven't heard it yet.
Oh,
It was just the album cover looked cool, so give it a shot. I'm sure it's cool enough.
I've heard
Let's
good
see.
things, but I haven't heard anything since they reunited, I guess.
Yeah, I got a brand new. What is this thing called? New wave of British heavy metal. What is it called? I don't. It's a compilation of like 1979 the fucking new wave stuff compiled by Lars Ulrich. How do you like that? It's got like Diamond Head and all sorts of things on it. So I got that cassette, and then I got the Italian Adramalek CD, the Irie Mellanox. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that. It's pretty solid power
Yeah.
metal shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, he said
Let's
he
see.
said he got the cranium, right?
I did get Cranium. I got Speed Metal Sentence. That one was expensive.
How much was it?
That was like $60, dude.
Wow, really?
That's too much money to be spending on CDs.
No,
But I needed a Cranium in my. I needed a Cranium CD. I really needed it.
I'm surprised it was that much.
Yeah, they're kind
I
of
didn't-
expensive on there.
I didn't think people cared enough about them. Like they're good, but I didn't think people like
Do you got a copy, Fred?
actually. No, I don't have any cranium.
Take that fucking mouth
Silence.
shut.
Yeah, I got Silent Scream, that like kind of groovy death metal with the funny vocals. Yeah, the Silent Scream CD. What else did I get here? I don't know why I'm buying so much crap. I think I'm done. I went on a splurge, but I think I'm done. Let's see. I bought the Excrement Flesh and Blood LP. Oh my god,
That thing looks awesome.
it's pretty awesome. And then Death Mental Shit Posting made like I don't know if this is what we would call this a meme, but it's like the band picture of Galizzy and it says rate to fit. Yeah, so you can rate that fit. Then I got a bunch of crap from J Dog, Hell's Headbangers. Got a Saber CD, got a Syphilitic Vaginas, Abomination, Demos, Comp. This one was from Discogs. I got the Weapon CD.
Did you place a order question?
No, I didn't have anything else to ask that freaking guy, and he was getting all mad today on the show. He's like, "Oh, another stupid question." He's just like getting angrier and angrier at everybody's questions, and he keeps bringing up the guy who was calling him Sponge Dog in the comments. No, Sponge Dog is not even funny. Real men don't watch SpongeBob. Okay, dude.
Yeah,
Relax.
he's on the same.
He's giving the reaction that people want. He's giving the like pissed old guy reaction. And then let's see what else I got. Eucharist, the second Mirror Worlds. They had Dogman cassette
You're
for whatever
the
reason.
second person I've seen this week get that album. I've never actually heard their second album.
Dude, that one's fucking good.
It's pretty cool. It's probably right behind their first one.
Huh? Okay.
It's not pink, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's green.
It's green and it's a little more modern looking. And then I got that freaking Impurity Into the Ritual Chamber.
That's a cool pickup.
And then also I got the Metal Legion magazine. And I have not had time this weekend yet to sit down and thoroughly read the Fred interviews. But I will.
That's true.
I think I'll
That's
have
true.
some
I
time
should have
tomorrow.
mentioned that. I got my copy of that too this week.
Yeah, boy!
Yeah, when I
It's a-
read them,
it's a-
it's gonna
it's
be
a-
in Fred's voice.
Yeah, I'm going to be reading it in Fred's voice.
No, just call me up. I'll read them to you.
Oh, okay. Well, you can do it on the show right now.
Yeah, read it to us.
I'm gonna have to try and figure out what their voices are. No,
do like the Verathron
it's
stage
good,
banter voice.
It's a good looking issue. Like they did a good job with it.
Yeah.
I don't do any of the design. I just write shit poorly.
Paul, I didn't have time to write lyrics either. I'll do it tomorrow.
Oh, come on.
And did you?
Me either.
Yeah, see. Why is it so hard to get started? To sit down and get started.
I'll write your lyrics for you. Jesus.
I did start, but only like the first riff. other stuff I had to
Kraken.
scratch
Ooh,
out.
Kraken. Good man, Paul. Good man.
I was thinking of Ernie McCracken from that movie Kingpin. Remember Bill Murray?
Hmm.
He's got like the I don't know if he has a wig on, but his hair is like flowing all over the
Yeah.
place. So Paul, what did you think of? We didn't mention we met or I met that dude Julian Gonzalez from Flesh Mangled. I talked to him for like a minute. We were talking a little bit about J Dog and fucking what the fuck else were we talking about? Regurgitation and stuff. Seems like a cool dude. But Paul, what did you think of some of those bands that were playing that we saw on Friday?
I didn't really care for Blood Scribe. I think they're
Is that
just
the first one?
yeah, they're just more like hardcore.
Yeah, yeah. They were sort of death grind, but hardcore aesthetics maybe.
Yeah,
I can't believe they've been around for 20 years.
yeah. So there's them, and then after that, we thought it was gonna be Harlequin that played, but it was
That other kind of
the
brutal death metal
Topadia.
band.
Yeah, it's the new Standard Elite signing band. I guess it's a super group.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, a super group. Let's see. I think the guy from Sick. Let me see. Let me just want to get this right.
Don't fuck up,
Yeah, Dennis from Sick,
Dennis.
and then we got. Let's see, D Smooth from Stages of Decomposition, and then Rachel from Harlequin and a couple other bands, I
Moon,
guess.
Fallen Angel.
Yeah. So they're. I thought they stole the show.
Yeah, they were actually quite good. It seemed like the mixing was kind of fucked up for all the bands. They really didn't know how to get the guitar up there, did they?
Yeah, I guess it was a like a new location they just got, so they're probably just working out the room sound and all that. But even back where I was, because you guys were a little bit up in the front, or
Yeah, but you still couldn't hear anything.
yeah. So yeah, so couldn't really make out what was going on. It just really heard drums, and then I think the bass really popped out as well, and then vocals were loud, but yeah, guitars were just like background.
Yeah, and then you had that guy who was there who you would mention was at the Putrid Pile show. It was a tiny Mexican guy who was like twerking.
Yeah.
Did you see him?
Mhm.
Yeah, and then you had some like hardcore kids dancing around doing the fucking karate swings and whatnot.
God damn it.
Yeah, I caught myself every time like I would get hit by that guy. I caught myself yelling, "God damn it!" Nobody
yeah.
can hear me yelling, I don't think. Maybe they could.
Yeah, that band was great though. They're really fast, and then they had like their slow slams and stuff. It was pretty dynamic stuff going on. Just wish I could have heard it better. And then
Yeah, the mixing wasn't too good. Even Anthony was saying, he's like, it's 2024. How do people not know how to like get a good mix for a fucking show? Still.
yeah, Anthony was saying like he's all
Doesn't AI just do it for you?
the guitarist
Yeah.
was like, "Oh no, it sounds good. It sounds good." But no.
Well, Anthony yelled. He's like, turn the guitar up, turn the vocals up. It's like, all right. What about Harlequin? What did you think of them? You haven't heard of them, have you, Fred? The girl death metal band.
No.
Yeah,
The one I've heard of is the one on Dark Descent, Castrator, I think. But no, I haven't heard of Harlequin.
Yeah, I didn't think they were too bad until they got to that. What was it? Fuck your bitch or fuck your shit.
Fuck that bitch.
Oh yeah, that song. Then I was like, ah.
Yeah, I assumed that Harlequin. If you look at their lyrical themes, it says mythology, demonology, death, murder. So they're not stereotypically a like feminist themed lyrics. I feel like that's usually what you expect when it's an all girl death metal band. I feel like I've seen that so many times, especially with like a band like Ulcerous Phlegm, where they have a song called like get your rosary off my ovaries or something like that.
Well, you spoke
So
too soon, so because they got a song on their newest album, Feminicidio.
Which one?
Their newest album, Origin of Suffering, they have a song called Feminicidio. So I guess it's femicide in Spanish.
Imagine if every all-male metal band was like, is there even a word for like feminism, but for a man? What would you even call that?
Yeah,
Misogyny? No, wait, that's something else.
You'd call that carnivore.
Yeah, male supremacy. Yeah, exactly. What the hell would you call that? Feminism? What would be the male equivalent of feminism? I don't think there's a word for that, is there?
The only thing that's coming to mind is like patriarchy. But
Patriarchy. Patriarchy. That's not a male thing. I think that's like just who's higher up on the totem pole. I don't think that's a specifically male thing. If I know my words.
masculism. That's apparently what it is. Yeah.
Okay. Feminism, masculism. I guess that makes sense. I've never heard that term. I've never heard anyone use that term before, but okay.
There was a black metal band from Canada actually that was basically a masculism band.
Men's rights advocates, right?
I think they're just called Gauntlet. I had a split of theirs with Contagion Black. It wasn't great.
Well, I just looked up the themes for lyrical themes and masculism, and there wasn't anything.
Yeah, see, nobody's ever heard of that. No one knows what that is.
Yeah, no. If you look up Gauntlet, it says themes are misogyny and Satanism. What the hell?
Well, yeah, I think they did announce to Harlequin when they were playing. They're like, any of you girls ever been to the gynecologist? The song's called Gynecologist. And we're up in the front. Me and Anthony were just like looking at each other like, getting ready to fucking poop our pants, roll our eyes.
Yeah, Anthony was down, up and ready to go. See that?
Well, after a few songs, he's like, I'm going outside. I'm going to smoke a cigarette. I guess he had enough of the girl-themed death metal. He was tired of it. The music isn't too bad. The music was like kind of original, I think. I know you couldn't really hear it because you're in the back and there's no guitars up there.
Yeah.
Was it as good as Mythic?
No, I mean, Mythic was like heavy. This band is like, I wouldn't even know who to compare them with. Like fucking, like a less technical Nile or Cannibal Corpse or something.
Huh,
it's
okay.
like one half generic, one half not generic. But no, I would definitely say Mythic is way cooler.
Yeah, then they have like the dual vocals too. I like the lower ones, not so much the high ones.
Yeah.
Do you ever hear November Grief? That was
yes, I believe so.
Canada's answer to Mythic in the way that it was an all-woman death metal band. They've reformed now, and they have a guy or two in the band now. But originally, it was all girls, and it was pretty fucking badass.
Infanticide. Are they doing the same thing with the lyrics here? Well, it's just chaos that I assume. Maybe infanticide is like that's just like killing babies. Is that
Yes.
yeah. See, let me tell you a story about a girl who got caught early into maternity. She never lived her life to its max, never having pleasure, always under control. Okay, so we can kind of assume that this is kind of going to be a pattern with like female death metal bands.
Hey,
Quit your crying!
November Grief is one that they keep your rosaries off her ovaries. I didn't realize that.
Oh, that was them? I thought that was Ulcerous Phlegm.
That's a great song, though.
I could have sworn that was another chick death metal band, wasn't it? Ulcerous Phlegm?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Oh, Fred, I did happen to meet the Sean Killian this weekend, the singer from Violence. Well, it's been the same guy. He
Oh,
just
no
like
way.
showed up to my friend's place to do their podcast.
Right on. He's the
Talked
only
to him
like
for like a
remaining.
minute.
He's the only
Yeah,
remaining original member,
I
isn't
think I think so. I don't. Is Rob Flynn still in the damn band? I have no idea actually.
he? Let's see.
No, I think it's just him. It's him and the bass player. Oh wait,
Rob
no,
Flynn.
it's
Rob Flynn's been gone since '92. Man, where have you
oh,
been?
has he? It shows what I fucking know. I was talking to him for like a minute. We were talking about the Eternal Nightmare album, and I was like, oh yeah, that's one of my favorite thrash albums, along with like Holy Terror. He's like, who? I'm like, oh god.
Cool.
It's, yeah, he was wearing a Bauhaus t-shirt, so we were talking about Peter Murphy, and yeah, he likes Cuts You Up too. That's a great song. Oh yeah, you know who else is over there too, Paul? We just seen the guitar player from Skeletal Remains was there too, hanging out.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I talked to him for like a minute too. It was almost like I was doing an interview. It was just like, oh yeah, well, Morgoth and all this. And I was telling him about our podcast, and he actually seemed interested in that. And he was like looking at the episode listings, and he's like, "Who's Appalling Spawn? Who's Adam Crab?" Bruh.
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 What are you saying?
Nah,
You're like,
it was a nice dude though.
you're like, how are you in the metal for so long and not know these bands?
Kind of strange.
My
Those were
Dying
like two
Bride?
of my like early. Yeah, it's weird. Those were like two fucking like bands I was into as a freshman or something. Get with it, you LA metalers, with your feminism and your not no. Now I'm just talking shit. Just kidding, jokes. These are all jokes. See, that's how you get away with it.
Then we got Alex from Horde of Worms who knows all that shit and even seen Holy Terror.
Yeah. You have versus Alex Horde of Worms, who saw Holy Terror and something Reek of the Enzen gas fumes. Yeah.
Chad Alex.
The Chad Alex versus everyone else. Chad Alex versus the world. That's a movie.
I was actually listening to Horde of Worms earlier today.
Oh, you. Oh, you.
They
You don't have to lie to kick it.
they need more exposure.
You don't gotta lie to kick it on me. Just be yourself, dog.
What were you listening
Wow.
to? Which one? The one you have, right? The
Uncreation.
Uncreation?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
I'm surprised they didn't get more attention than they did, but I guess the drum sound is an acquired taste, maybe. I don't know, but
Get over it. Come on.
yeah,
It's
come on, dude.
I
grindcore.
love the drum sound.
Yeah. That whole band is just fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, everything they've done is great.
Yeah, they get the giblets moving.
Yeah, black metal putrepile.
Paul, which one's your favorite again of everything they did?
I think the debut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wormageddon comes
My
close.
favorite would be, yeah, Wormageddon. That's the one I like a lot.
But yeah, debut for me.
No, I've been rearranging my my whole collection because I need to make room for the new stuff that's coming, and I was at the H's today, moving that all around, so I pulled out Horde of Worms.
Damn, it's like a
Yeah,
whole
I was-
month project, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know it. I'm not done.
Yeah, I actually fucking did something similar. I alphabetized the cassettes that I have now that I have a good number of them.
Nice.
But that's
cannot
not. But
keep
that's
my
not
cassettes in
anywhere
order.
near. You can't keep cassettes. What?
I can't keep my cassettes in order. Like the CDs,
kinda hard to-
the
it's kinda
vinyl,
hard to do,
they're all perfectly alphabetized. The cassettes are a complete mess. I don't know why. I can't keep them in order. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah, I'm just.
I don't even
standing.
have that many. I have like 150, maybe 200 cassettes.
Oh, that's a lot. That's more than me.
Well, I mean,
I have, like-
relative to the rest of my collection, it's not that much, right? But for whatever reason, I can keep the hordes of CDs in order, but like that many cassettes, nope, forget it. It's just total disaster.
I just bought a cassette like rack thing that holds 100 of them, but I don't have. I only have like, I don't know, 65 or something. So it doesn't look right. I don't want to have a cassette rack with only like half the cassettes filled in. That'll look silly.
No, that looks like you have
So
room
I
to
have to.
grow, man. It's perfect.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of big though. I only have like one shelf to keep all my shit. I need to figure a way to make some more room for more shit. I don't know. It's got a wall hanger thing. Maybe I should just hang them on the wall.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention. Maybe a shelf or something, but
But then
there
they
you
might
go.
fall on the floor.
Keep them on the floor. They can't fall.
Sorry, I'm just chewing chips. Fred, did you happen to see a video that I posted on Thursday night? It was my friend in a Nickelodeon like big puffy jacket, and he was sleeping, and the Drake and Josh theme song was playing in the background.
I don't remember, and I usually have my volume off when I'm scrolling through Instagram because shit starts playing, so I wouldn't have heard the music.
Oh man, yeah, but I got a little bit stoned after right before I went home, and I'm like I'm like looking at that, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, Robert didn't know that I recorded him sleeping, and I'm like, is this mean? Should I delete this? I'm like, I'll be nice and I'll just delete it for Robert's sake. I don't think he would care. He'd probably go, "Oh, you recorded that?" That's like would be the extent of it. But in my high mind, I'm like, I'm being so mean right now.
Caught him sleeping.
Yeah, that is correct. I wanted to mention one last movie that I saw yesterday that was actually quite good. Another 2021, some like thriller kind of movie called Ultrasound. There's not really much spoiler here. It's like Inception, but with hypnosis. So like a hypnosis within a hypnosis within a hypnosis.
Oh Lord no.
But it's kind of trippy. It's kind of badass though. Yeah, dude, watch Ultrasound. It's got nice visuals and yeah, trip out, dude. Trip out on that. We have something to do. That was the other movie. That's actually kind of worth watching. It was kind of funny. But all right. Do we have anything else further to do? Because if not, then Freddie, I think we just might be ready. Go.
Ready to go. Yeah, no, it's been a pretty dull week for me. I don't have a whole lot more. Like last week was the exciting one. I had a show. I had shit right in the mail. This week has been fairly pedestrian, which I'm not necessarily complaining about. So, but
No, that's the life now. I'm looking forward to some pedestrian.
right, yeah.
I long for normal life. It's like that song from Air Dash. Thank God it's Monday. Back to normal life.
Well, in that case, we can move on to why
Yeah,
we're here today.
Let's cross
Let's
to
do
the ether.
Let's cross over. Yes, today's pick is Twilight Moon and the EP Aether from 2000. So this is a Finnish black metal band, I guess melodic black metal band. They released a couple more things after this, but I think Aether was the one that gathered the most attention. And it's got members in the band that went on to other things. Probably most well known as Matthias Lillmans, who is currently the singer of End Oceans, and also I think Fintroll, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He did
I
that
think
song
joined-
Soul Sagen, which I like.
He joined Festerday as well before they recorded that album a few years ago. So I think he's on that too. But yeah, Twilight Moon. This is a band that I found pretty early on in my ventures into black and death metal, mostly black metal. Back on the old like mp3.com days where bands would put their shit on there. And This is back when I was looking for bands that had
Boobs on the album cover.
I mean, yes, but
Back when I was
no.
looking for bands with big freaking tits.
No, but like with more like names that gave a certain type of imagery, like more mystical, more gothic, I guess, and Twilight Moon just sounded right up that alley. And it just so happened I like the EP as well. So it's kind of a product of its time. Like it came out in 2000, and I don't think this could have come out 5 years earlier or 5 years after. Like it's kind of a epitome of 2000s non grim black metal, I guess. And they had a really cool logo that they never actually used anywhere, which is disappointing. Like if you look up Metal Archives, they have that badass looking Twilight Moon logo, but on any of the releases they have, you don't see it anywhere. So I don't know. The one on the Aether EP is kind of meh. But yeah, no, this is an EP I've been listening to for a long ass time. I think I first heard it back probably like 2002, 2003, and finally got a copy like 5 years ago or so. 5-6 years ago. For
Fred
$3,
gets the
I might
copies,
add.
y'all. What can we say?
Hell yeah. But yeah, so I thought it'd be interesting to listen for this because I don't see anyone talking about this, but
Right about that.
Yeah, I realized that it's been
never
got
heard of
reissued
it.
on vinyl like 3 years ago. Who knew?
Yeah, Fred, always keeping it fresh with these
Yep.
reissues.
Keeping it relevant.
It's fresh, it's new, it's Noah's Arcade.
So I don't know. Do you guys
Yeah.
have thoughts you want to share before we get into a song, or do you want to get straight into the music?
I would just say that, it's a pretty fresh one because I've never heard anybody bring him up, and that's some notable, well, one notable member. But I think I'll keep my thoughts till after the sample.
All right. Well, I guess we'll. I don't know. Is it mine first, or
Yeah,
I think you
let's,
picked September.
I picked
picked
the
September
first
Rose, didn't
one.
you?
We want to do that one
Yeah.
first.
let's do that.
Yeah, let's do them in order.
So September Rose, and then we'll be right back. All right, we're back from listening to the first song, September Rose.
Magenta Harvest.
Yeah, Magenta Harvest is some of the other guys, but I've never heard these guys.
Their album covers don't look appealing to me.
It looks like
The name did?
modern death metal, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it looks like a modern Ethereal album cover, which isn't very good either. Yeah, these are really bad. It kind of reminds me of the CKY Mellow Death album. What was that band called? I think they were called World Under Blood.
Oh, yeah.
But but that looked kind of better than this. But
Yeah, that second
anyways,
album, that's a lot of triangles.
yeah. Anyways,
It's all geometry.
what was that song called? September Rose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so September Rose. It seems like I kind of got this feeling right when I heard this that this kind of falls into a certain type of like melodic black metal. But it seems like this kind of has its own thing going on here. It's like a simplistic mellow Black Death sort of thing, and then also like just straight symphonic black metal, say like the Covenant or something mixed with who would be a band that you guys are super familiar with? Maybe Thy Serpent or something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, there was one band, I don't know if you guys are familiar with them at all. They're called Meadow in Silence. That was kind of the number one similar band that I was thinking of. I believe they were from Finland too. They kind of have the same thing going on where like it's mellow death or mellow. This is supposed to be like black metal, but it's a type of black metal that kind of doesn't fall into the same type of riffings that you would expect from most black metal bands. It's like mellow death but simplistic, not as complicated as something like At the Gates or Dark Tranquility. I think Meadow in Silence is probably like one of the perfect examples of that. Another two that are like pretty good comparisons I think would be Shadows of Sunset. If you guys know who that is, it was like post imposed silence, I believe from Sweden.
Huh.
Still black metal, still kind of simplistic, but still flirting with mellow death ideas, which I think this is. Oh, and Azure from Sweden, I think is another pretty decent one.
Yeah, I can see that. No, for me, I hear a lot of the Swedish melodic stuff. For me, Nagelfar, especially Vitro, is probably the first and foremost thing I would hear on this. You mentioned Follow the Leaf. That is that nails it too, I think.
That was sort of simplistic too, wasn't it?
Yeah. There was a Finnish black metal band that became Bloodhammer, but originally they were called Maleficia. And I don't know if it's some vocals, but it's a bit more melodic as well, has a bit more high-pitched vocals. But that was a attention. Some kind of popped up for me, and a weirder Malaysian band that not many people seem to know that I almost picked for this week actually, but Vociferation Eternity. They released an album in the mid-90s called Ocean Myth, and it's not as abrasive as this EP, but the melodies in it kind of feel reminiscent for with this album, so that I don't know, that's one of the ones that sticks out for me.
Man, I like that this cover right here for Ocean Myth, and their logo is sick.
Me too. I actually like that, and I just looked them up on YouTube, and of course I'm like halfway through the album. Apparently I've listened to this at some point in my life. I don't remember when. I've been on YouTube for such a long time. I don't know, I've been here since like 2010 or 9 or something.
You know, the cover that they show for Vociferation Eternity, the cassette cover, it makes it look a lot harsher than it actually is. Like the logo almost looks grindcore,
Yeah.
but it's not like that at all. If you look at the reissue on like the CD reissue, although I find it a lot uglier, I think it fits it more. It's not as harsh looking.
I like the later one on Nebula with the it's like the same thing with
Yeah,
the ocean and
at sunset.
yeah.
No, that's a cool
That
album. I think you guys
that
like that one
album
too.
art that album art reminds me of you guys probably know this, the Death Doom band from the UK, Chapel of Rest. Remember that Twilight
Oh yeah,
Serenade
yeah.
demo? Yeah, it looks kind of like that. Which I think is pretty melodic too, if I'm remembering it correctly.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
a
it's kind of
long
melodic.
ass time since I heard that, but I could see
It's
that.
chuggy and melodic is what it is.
Yeah.
So it's not too similar to what's going on with Twilight Moon. But there was a little bit of chugs in that first song, weren't there? There was a little bit of complexity.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
rest so the
Yeah.
keyboards can come out.
I like that they use the keyboards in such a way that it's subtle, but like you hear them, but it doesn't take over the riff. Like it's
Yeah, I think I was saying that it was like it's not subtle, but it's not unwelcome. It's like a perfect, it has a perfect place for it in it. Like even after that like little breakdown part, there's like him doing like a little arpeggio like scales like and what'd you say it sounded like, Dan? It was like
Oh, I said, did you hear those ding dong xylophones?
yeah, ding dong xylophones.
Well, it's like ding 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 ding.
yeah, and it like didn't distract. It was like, something else to listen to, but you can come
Just
right
a-
back to the riff too.
Yeah, just another layer to add in there, and it works.
Yeah.
Works
'Cause-
for a band like this with an album cover like this.
Yeah, because it's pretty like simple. There isn't much like polyphony or anything going on, at least between the guitars. I guess that's what the keyboards are there for, to like kind of contrast that or share that leading voice. And then the rhythm guitar is just kind of doing the kind of like chugging thing or holding out the chords and just giving room for these the leading instruments, the melody, and yeah, like the drumming on here, I really like it because it's like freeing. It's not so much like a slave to what the guitars are doing. Like sure he's blasting, but you can like feel like how fierce it is. Like along with like bands like Nidden Division, you know, and Zyklon B, but those bands are a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit
going
more.
too fast sometimes.
Yeah, but those bands are, a little bit more tied to what the riffs are doing. This guy's like doing rolls and doing some weird, hi-hat tricks and other rhythms. But when he has to go along with the riff, he does. But you can just feel it. Like there's accents on the hi-hats. It's like you can feel his hand like hitting heavier on, every first repetition. It's really
Yeah.
really nice to hear. It's detailed, and then the recording really picked it up.
The drumming is surprisingly complex, I find.
Yeah.
It's or deceptively complex. You listen to it, and if you're just kind of like letting it glaze over you, it sounds like competent drumming, but you don't think too much about it. But kind of like early Dark Throne and Sacramentary Abolishment is where it kicks me as well. Like when you actually listen to what they're doing, it's a lot more complex than you initially realized, and that's really cool. One thing I really like about this EP.
Mm-hmm. And then the elephant in the room is like across this whole EP. There's the fierce melodic parts that sound like Swedish Black Death, and then they go into like these heavy metal thrash riffs that are like actually good. It's like a good thing to hear in contrast to those melodies and shit, because those riffs in themselves are melodic, but it just gives it a whole different groove where the drums could really break it down. And then they also have like sick like vocal parts over all those parts as well, because he's kind of just doing like the normal black metal screech over the melodies as you would, but then it just gives it a basically something else to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, the Swedish Black Death. Like two bands in particular that I was thinking of, because there are a bit of like folky melodies here. In Flames sort of did that on their first two albums, the Lunar Strain and then Subterranean kind of had that, and I guess Ebony Tears too, because Ebony Tears sort of wasn't in the same vein as like, again, like the Dark Tranquility and At the Gates kind of thing, but it does have more to do with In Flames. And Sacrilege would probably be another one too, because they had a ton of folky melodies, and also I think like In Flames and Sacrilege, they also have sort of these like they have a lot of the like more traditional type of heavy metal riffing, which
Yeah.
is cool.
Mhm.
And I guess it does make sense that this is, who did you say was in And Oceans, right? Somebody from this band was in And Oceans.
Yeah.
They are now. Yeah, he joined them in like when they reunited to record
Oh, okay, okay.
the reunion album. So he wasn't in End Oceans at the time. But I think Matthias was like 20, 21 when they recorded this. He was really young, anyways. Or no, not even. I think he was even younger than that. But yeah, no, it's still like a very I don't want to say immature. It's you can tell it's like, yeah, it's youthful. They're striving probably beyond their grasp, but still pulling it off regardless.
Yeah, that's what I kind
Like they're
of meant about the somewhat simplicity of this. It's not
yeah.
too technical, but it is like executed perfectly. There's like not really any slop, and everything's kind of structured pretty well too.
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
the
no,
weird.
they dreamed big, and it actually turned out pretty well. Like it, when we listened to some artists' earlier projects, and you're like, okay, yeah, this was obviously their stomping grounds. This sounds pretty accomplished for what it is.
Yeah, and even for having the composition around, adding keyboards in there as well, plus having the clean guitar part, they were just kind of like gradually descending until the song was like, nothing basically, which was nice to hear too.
Hmm.
And then I was gonna say it sounds like those like not as cold as some of those like Swedish Black Death bands. It's like, yeah, sure it's cold, but they got jackets or something. They're not just out there like in their leather pants and boots.
Leather
Cold
pants.
but cozy black metal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could almost be a Vakken band. I feel like heavy metal fans would be into this. There's nothing really particularly like dissonant or evil sounding about it. It's all pretty bright, isn't it?
Oh man, that last song though, the keyboards on that are like that gives it like some dissonance or something because it's like in the wrong key or something. But I don't know if it was intentional because that shit sounded like I don't know. It just like came to my attention. I was listening to it again. I was like, oh fuck, this sounds wrong.
That's not the song you picked, is it?
No.
We're not going to torment the audience with that one.
Yeah, they can listen on their own.
Singer of
Go
Fintroll.
suffer with that one. Yeah, it's weird. Like all the bands he's joined since this recording, like he's a busy guy.
You remember that song Soul Sagan? That was like, you know how Fintroll always kind of has those like those like, I don't even know what you would call them, trollish yodeling or some shit.
I just call it dorkiness.
You gotta pay the troll toll to get in.
You gotta pay the troll toll to get in.
To get in this boy's hole.
Troll toll, what'd you say? Hey.
Oh God. Well, shall we move on to track 2?
Yep, that's your pick, right?
It is Oblivion.
All right, we'll be right back. Alright, we're back from listening to the second song, Oblivion, and yeah, I just noticed that this doesn't take the obvious route of having some Severus Snape vocals during all the instrumental breaks, like
The gothic spoken word.
embraced by astral windsmith change lies awake. Like you get to say whatever you want.
Mr. Potter.
But you're so right. There was so much opportunity where they could have done that, and they didn't. And thank God for that.
Yeah, I was saying like
Jesus
maybe the
Lord,
difference between mellow black and mellow death. There's some goddamn restraint.
Oh man.
I feel like there was some restraint to go fast there too, because I feel like there were opportunities to change those tempos, but no, they kind of just kept it doomy the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they only went.
Chugs.
Yeah, they went up for like maybe like a couple counts, and then that was it.
Nice chugs, nice jugs.
Mm-hmm. What else can you
And
want?
the keyboards were pretty perfect too, just like those jugs. No, the keyboards were really cool. It was almost like a female vocal as replacement with the keyboards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like
they
in
were.
the intro, like with that military drumming too, it was like Fred said it perfect. It was like you don't really hear them, you kind of feel it, though. And then you like
Yeah,
really
it's just
hone
holding
in.
that note in the background, right?
Yeah, and then you hone in. And you're like, oh shit, yeah, it's been there the whole time. What were you saying?
You were saying, Paul, like right when the song started, you're like, how come a lot of these like melodic black or death metal bands have band names that have to do with the seasons or the time of day or nature or something. I think this is the second Moon band we've had. So what was the other one? August Moon. We had August Moon and Twilight Moon.
Oh yeah.
Fault
yeah.
of the Leaf. Yeah, get it? Fault of the Leaf.
Yeah, it's just so,
I think I said it's you expect you know what to expect with like a beautiful poetic band name. You sort of get beautiful poetic music.
yeah, it's like you
And
just
then
put
also-
in like a melodic death metal, black metal, like name generator.
It's almost
Yeah.
a lot of this stuff really does remind me of like I don't know what the exact word would be, but like classical music, like a classical Victorian sort of setting. I mean, even look at the album cover, beautiful babe, beautiful tune, beautiful like name. It's kind of supposed to be like poetic. Like the chick on the album cover even looks like she's like made of stone, like it's a statue or something. It's yeah. I always found the melodic, like black and death metal to be an interesting aesthetic, especially for the bands that aren't trying to be evil. Like this band is, there's like nothing evil about it. It's kind of just poetic and beauty of nature and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
this
bit,
was the
it's like
this
bit
was the song
baroque.
that kind of drew me into the band when I first heard them. It's like you said, the keyboards on this one are more dominant than the first track we listened to, but they still don't drown out the riffs. But I think they're, like I was saying, their band name is very, very apt for what they sound like. They do sound nocturnal, but also, like Dan said, not evil, just like they sound like you're walking in a forest at night and there's nothing bad going on. You're just
Yeah.
hanging out there.
Yeah, there's not really anything. If anything, there's nothing but good things.
They're
Going
just
on.
on a poet walk.
Yes, a poet's walk with a like frilly collar or something like
Oh,
that.
I'll have to jot that
With your-
down. The Twilight Moon.
Yes, jot that down. You're with your notebook. You're wearing your petticoat.
I was gonna say this is kind of quite like how you're saying like the aesthetics of this. It's like quite like baroque and not necessarily
Yes,
regal,
yes.
but like it feels like high society sort
Yeah,
of thing.
very high society. A lot of this stuff is, some of it kind of takes a more obscure path. Say like In Flames, where they have like Lunar Strain. It's like, oh well, that's
That stuff feels more like visceral, whereas like this
Yeah.
is like more like, oh, you're following the melodies in your head. You like, but it does also get into like the very like fierce visceral blasting, but like with those pretty melodies to like keep you, I don't know, in both those worlds.
It balances it out, yeah.
And plus, this is kind of just a cool track because it's mostly doomy and it's not boring. I feel like it could be maybe, but those keyboards work so good on those sections. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
I think the leads were really good in this song too.
Yeah, all the way through.
It kind of went into like the leprechaun lead.
Yeah. Happy St. Patty's.
Yeah, happy St. Patty's.
Kraken.
Ooh.
There was even something in there I said when they kind of shift gears, they do like a revenge type of transition.
Oh yeah,
it's
they
like,
do like a quick little 2-count thing.
Yeah, where it's like open chord of,
Yeah, it's when they jump into the power up into the blast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was sick. It's something more, I don't know, like I'm used to hearing, so I wasn't like too like oh damn, they're doing a transition, but it was, I guess it's more jarring for this type of record though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Baroque boy.
All right.
Okay.
I ain't broke. I'm baroque.
I am Baroque. I'm Baroque.
Wow.
Dude, one thing I forgot to mention, when Sean of Violence showed up to Drew's, Anthony had like new metal playing on the radio.
Oh
and
shit!
we were listening to Static-
Yeah.
We were listening to Static X, push it, push it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're like, all those like, oh, they just showed up. I'm like, that's so funny that fucking Static X is playing. They're gonna walk up to this, and the first thing Sean says, he goes, "Oh man, love Static X." So I just thought that was funny. Yeah, I don't know what, but with this song, I don't know where those kind of doomy sections, if they're coming from anywhere, or did they just happen to stumble upon writing something like this?
I think I hear those parts in like some melodeath stuff. It's like, bah, dun, and then there's always like the lead, like, like something going on like that.
Yeah,
But they did the whole song.
Yeah, the one thing you don't hear in that is like the deliberate chugs.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You don't hear that too often in a song that's like as pretty as this, or as simplistic. You kind of just wouldn't get that.
Have you guys read the lyrics for this stuff?
No.
It's kind of what you would expect.
I did ages ago.
Well, read
Refresh my
us
memory.
something here. You're the reader of the group.
Yeah, you're the poet. Do it in your gothic voice.
You are
Yeah,
a
it
poet,
was.
aren't you?
Untold lies, dying cries, silent screams of the night, twisted silence, memories long gone. Who's to remember and who will forget?
I like that. Nice voice. Nice Cerberus snake voice.
That was amazing. You ruined the song for me, but that was amazing.
Yeah, they got like pretty, it's like you just have like an AI generated like song, like just like words that's like, oh, September Rose, Oblivion, Shadow Eclipse, Eternal Joy, Lady Dusk, Dark Sunshine, like.
Except the AI was produced by the minds of young Finns.
Yeah, they only put in certain words.
Yeah, it's like the whole thing is like a gothic black metal song name generator, but then something went wrong with Eternal Joy, and they're like, well, no, it's spat it out. We're using it anyways. I have not read the lyrics to Eternal Joy. I have no idea what that's about.
Hear me now. I'm the fallen angel, on my way down to hell. You didn't need me anymore, so you just threw me away. I guess it's kind of like
it doesn't sound eternally joyous so far.
Kind of sounds like a Luciferian thing going on.
Did you guys ever see that like Harry Potter puppet video on YouTube? That really old one.
Probably not.
I don't know.
It was like some song, and it was puppets, and it was Snape going, Snape, Snape, Severus Snape, and there's like another puppet goes, stop, What about the Oni Plays Harry Potter? Did you guys ever see that? Holy shit.
No.
Or it wasn't
No.
Oni Plays, it was before he did that. It was what was his name? Oni NC, where it was like they were doing the Leviosa spell and Ron does it so like Harry can get a boner and bang Hermione. And he goes, it's a Leviosa, and then he like does the spell on his dick. He's like, oh.
Rises.
It's quite good.
Sure does.
Oni NC.
Oh man, I didn't realize these guys had
there it is.
live footage.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they have one for doing
Twilight Moon?
Oblivion. Yeah. It says last gig.
When's the last gig dated?
Let's see. May 2008.
Here it is.
No way.
Yeah, it looks sick too. They have a bunch of
They have a
angles
lady
and whatnot.
keyboard player?
Yeah, it looks like they have more members.
They did it on the EP I have. I don't know if they changed or.
Yeah, this looks pretty badass.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta watch that later.
Look at the logo they have behind there.
Yeah,
They
that
never
one
use
looks
that
sick.
on the releases.
They only use it as a banner.
Yeah.
Oh, they have another song called Lady Dusk that's live.
Yeah, I think that's the 5th track.
That one, like right in the beginning, you hear the crowd going, "Ekondre Korea, oh yeah." There's something funny about Finns and Swedes going, "Oh yeah, man."
But yeah, should we get into my my track, Eternal Joy?
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. that was a fun little Finnish Greek song.
Finn Greek.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Swedish Finn Greek.
Quite a few Greekisms that we all pointed out there.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah.
why I ended up picking this one. The dynamics and what it went into was just a lot of Greek black heavy metal shit. Rotting Christ. The huge.
Fred mentioned Algion, but where were they from? They were from Sweden, but they did sound Greek like half the time. The other half, they did sound Swedish.
Yeah. They didn't even hide it either. They had the Greek album titles.
Yeah.
No, but I liked like during these blasting riffs, like it was, you know, obviously a guitar melody that was taking the lead, and then instead of being like cheery background keys, it was like very gloomy and like depressing sounding ones, and yeah, it just added a lot more like color to that part, rather than like being really busy and like doing some like arpeggios or something.
Yeah, the part with the standout leads kind of reminded me of earlier Necrophobic, but rather than malevolent, kind of just morose instead.
Yeah.
And the keyboards really added a lot to that. Like they're impressive. They add so much atmosphere without being in your face. Like they're there, but you don't really notice them until you like listen for them specifically.
Yeah, and the parts are long enough for where you can like jump in between, like, oh yeah, let me listen to the riff, and then you notice the keyboards, you listen to that for a repetition, and then you listen to it all together, you're like, oh yeah, wow, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And then there was like that like Metallica kind of like open note thing, like that was earlier in the song that I really liked too. Yeah, just overall, I felt like this one was the most dynamic. At least just hopping in between those two styles.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a little bit of the like power metal kind of leads that were going.
Oh yeah,
slower.
the intro, and then towards the end too. That was, yeah, just giving even like the vocal patterns were like power metal.
Yeah, it reminded me of a German band you guys probably haven't heard of because they're not great. Band called Master Plan. Band called Master Plan. Yeah, they had an album in 2003, and I think it featured people from Halloween and Gamma Ray. It's like they have quite a few albums, but yeah, there's songs. Track 6. It reminded me of a particular melody, Heroes. So,
You know what?
I mean, you get a little bit of that kind of stuff.
Pulled it up on YouTube, and
It's a good song, actually.
I'm about halfway
The
through
album
with it.
cover's kind of dumb. Did you looked it up on YouTube?
Yeah, and I guess I already listened to it. No, I'm just
Did
kidding.
you?
No, just kidding.
Oh man, yeah, this was an old one. I listened to this one way back.
It looks like it has a bunch of elemental natural disasters going on.
Yes. Elemental natural disasters. The album cover kind of looks stupid if you look closely at it, but if you look far away, it kind of looks cool.
Yeah, it's like a kind of like knockoff Blind Guardian thing going on.
Sort of. It's.
It looks cool if you squint.
Because it's not. Yeah, it's not fast. It's like slow power metal. It's like God, who would you even compare this to? Yeah, I don't know. There was another like decently cool, kind of cheesy power metal band, kind of in the vein of like Axe and Star 2. They were called Heavenly, and I guess some of the, I think where were they from? France, of course. Yeah, Heavenly had some leads like that, and also well, maybe something similar to the Master Plan, just a bit faster.
Oh, you guys sound heavenly.
Yeah, if you see the band Heavenly, the Dust to Dusk album was the one that I heard a long time ago. That one kind of looks dumb too.
Comes with the territory of power metal.
Dumb album covers.
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Dumb album covers, and sometimes cool, like one or two cool songs on the album that like actually stand out.
For their first album, Coming from the Sky has
As a beautiful lady on it.
yeah, a little bit more modest version of the Twilight Moon cover.
But she still looks like she has like plastic surgery boobs, though they don't look natural. She's
Yeah.
an
I did
angel, but her boobs look like they've been worked on.
Yeah, they're angelic. God's work.
Coming from the sky.
Does it say who drew this? Hang on. I want to know who drew this. I feel like it's one of the band members.
Doing your mom.
Oh man, look at the
doing your
last one. Carpe diem.
mom. Let's take a look. Oh, we got some major league boobage here. It's like
Yeah.
chicks are about to make out.
Yeah, that's 3-day art, huh?
That's
That's it.
horny power metal. It says rest in power, heavenly, 30%. Bohemian Rhapsody metal, 60%.
Oh man, these are like pretty horny ass lyrics. I'm looking at the title track for this. Don't be afraid, come cross the line, slide in your hands below, I can't wait. Take my body close, I got some waiting for you. Alright, I gotta listen to this.
It's called heavenly. It's like it's like horny angels and things.
Giggity goo.
I'm still ready, I'm still fired up. Show me the way you move on, sharing the night together, oh baby. Take the lead,
Oh,
here we go.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Horny power
Say it
metal.
ain't so.
Who would have knew?
I wonder if any
Wow.
of those songs are good. I know the Dust to Dust album, but that one has no horniness to be fair. Actually, it kind of does. There's like a demon lady coming from the sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't
Yeah.
look very. It doesn't look very sexy though.
They used to
beg
be
to
called
differ.
Satan's Lawyer.
Satan's Lawyer. They were called
1994.
Satan's Lawyer. That's a good name.
Is it?
I don't know. that reminds me of this. I can't remember of the name of this website. Fred, you might remember this. Do you remember? You had MySpace back in the day, right?
I did not actually.
Really? That's surprising.
I never got into it on MySpace.
Oh, there was this website where you would get like free songs for a MySpace MP3 player that you would like add a URL on your profile or something. And they had a bunch of Judas Priest songs. And me and my friend found one that was like electronic. Like it was spoken by an AI generator thing, and it was breaking the law. And it was like it was like an 8-bit keyboard going doon 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 doon. And the lyrics were like breaking the law, breaking the lawyer, breaking the law, breaking the lawsuit. And for some reason we thought that was so funny. That's what Satan's Lawyer reminded me of.
Satan's Lawyer. Satan's attorney.
Satan's accountant.
There's something somewhat sinister about that.
Yeah, there really
Yeah,
is.
that guy must
Satan's
be-
lawyer. He can get away with anything, darn it.
Yeah, he must be more evil than evil itself to be representing him.
OJ can get away with murder. Why can't Sonny have his kid? Yeah, more of the great millennial Adam Sandler references. Everybody's gonna love that.
Oh God, yeah.
All right.
Wow, yeah,
what
these
what
heavenly
else?
covers
Was
are
that it for
terrible.
this final song here? What's that?
I'm just looking at the heavenly covers now. That Carpe Diem
Oh,
looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
it looks like a poster you'd find in fucking Target or something.
I don't know what Target you're going to, bud.
The one where you get
None. I
boned
live in
up.
Canada.
Target?
Now you might find that at a Spencer's Gifts.
Yeah, back by the
Yeah,
toys.
Spencer, that's the one.
They have to have Spencer's Gifts in
Yeah,
Canada,
we do.
right? That seems like a very Canadian thing.
Yep. Is there like a helicopter at your house or something?
Yeah, somewhere around here.
Wow.
This mic, man.
Sounds like it's gonna crash.
We're good. We're good, we're good, we're good.
Now we can watch Primal, the one with the apes, like he's ripping apart the apes.
But yeah, you guys want to get into some final thoughts about this then?
Yeah, Paul, go.
Alright, Freddie, I would have never thought I'd see the day that you like some melodic, flowery music like this.
Of course he do.
But yeah, this was it's like all the Swedish Black Death, but just a little bit more. I don't know, like how Dan was saying, it's more like high society kind of aesthetical or like aesthetics of this sort of music, like with a lot of like the mellow death too, but having the contrast of like the heavy metal isms. I guess we found out at the end it's just Greek shit. But you know, having that contrast, and then it just made me appreciate more of you know, keyboards in there, because it's not like over the top. It's like actually, you know, taking the back seat, and the taking the wheel at some points with the melodies, and then just the drumming really peaked out for me, because he's doing a lot of yeah, like a little like complex stuff around there, and even just, you know, instead of just hitting the snare once, it would like fit in like 2 or 3 more hits within a beat, just to give it a little bit more personality, which is always good. I listen for that sort of stuff. I'd say one thing, vocal wise, it was like just like par for the course. Like it didn't really stand out, and it wasn't like standing out in a good way or bad way. It was just kind of like what you would expect with this sort of stuff, which is good. And I'm just so glad that they didn't have the tropey gothic vocals throughout this, because there's so much opportunity for that.
The sad spoken word vocals.
Yeah, the metal bands love doing that.
They do. They do.
Even just a section, they could have threw it in anywhere. Kind of want to make a remix.
Yeah, no, for me, this is I love the youthfulness on this EP, and it feels like they were shooting for the stars, and they actually pulled it off. Like it's more technical than it sounds like it is. The leads are great. The keyboards are integrated perfectly. Like I said, the vocals are nothing to write home about, but they're good. They do their job. And the atmosphere on this whole thing is just it. It's a Twilight Moon. Like it's all the best way you can describe it. Like their name fits perfectly. I never really heard their stuff that came after, so I can't speak to that, and I'm curious to see if it sounds any similar. But the covers look a bit more industrial, so I'm not super confident in it. I mean, the web's covered, whatever, but it feels like there was some sort of change after that. But no, the CP, worth checking out. It's kind of a lost little finished black metal piece, I think.
Yeah, and it's atmospheric in like in a good way. It like those keys add so much color to it, rather than having like whole drawn out sections where it's like just, you know, the one note kind of thing going on for a long time, and like
Yeah.
building and building. They're just, you know, kind of doing the repetitions of these riffs, letting it sit there, but then, you know, they'll change into something quite different, and then they'll jump back into those sections that you know, build that atmosphere, but they also are, you know, heavy metal about it too.
Yeah.
I like this comment right here. Epic flashback, big time. Jeez, this still is really good. Goosebumps.
Jeez, guys.
What about you, Dan?
Yeah, I do like the keyboards a lot here. I feel like the kind of symphonic black metal element is something interesting that you don't really hear too often in something that's like more of a melody. Because I mean, this isn't it doesn't sound that black metal to me. It sounds more of like a more simplistic version of a Melodeath or something, right?
Yeah, I for sure hear that.
Yeah.
And in that sense, that band that I brought up, Meadow in Silence, which is also where Mist of Twilight got their name. They have a song called "In the Mist of the Twilight," and then Twilight Moon, blah blah blah, Twilight. But yeah, I think that's probably the most. It's probably the biggest similarity I can find with these two bands. It's really not too frantic, but when it speeds up, you got they showcase that, and I think that's pretty cool. It's at least not it's not too predictable, really. And I guess it doesn't feel like any of these songs kind of drag on. Everything seems to it almost seems short, even though it's like a 30-minute thing. But I dig it.
Tight, like it's concise, right? Like it's
yes, it is tight. It is concise, and I think there's just enough stuff in here to make it worthwhile. And I feel like each part really is pretty interesting. With the heavy metalisms and the sort of more simplistic melody. Yeah, I think it's worth something. I like it.
Yeah, I'm surprised, Fred.
It.
It's not the nasty raw shit that you normally like. It's pretty
it's
cleaned up.
Fred, it's not first wave black metal.
What the heck, dude?
Yeah, I like to change things up for you guys. Surprise
Yeah,
you.
he did. He gave us the beautiful statue, baroquism, poet, forests music. That's what it is. Very cool.
Yeah, there
Epic
you have
name,
it.
Twilight Moon.
There you have it, Twilight Moon.
Check it out,
like
everybody.
I said, it's been reissued on vinyl, so go grab a copy, I guess. Oh, and they still have copies of the original CD on their Bandcamp that, judging by the one photo, looks like they're in terrible shape.
And don't forget to tune in next week, kids.
All right, and then we'll close out with a little spoken word. Burning angels fall from the sky as the dark dust layer rises and enters the dragon's flames. The starborn dragon arises, spreading a dream-like dark emotions. The dragon spread its wings and rises up towards the swirling nightly sky. Starborn dragon.